Hey there! I want to discuss something a little bit more traditional, and that is my day. Now, I know you're probably all sick of hearing about Erica, but trust me, I had a kind of interesting day today. After church, I dressed up really fancy, so I felt really pretty all day, and that made me really happy. I've dressed down a little bit, because right after church, I went to Body Pump, which is an epic class at the Y. It combines manly weightlifting and rockin' music that's totally way out there, like top 40 stuff, and my mom likes it, which is kind of creepy, but I'm good with that because she's over there doing the weightlifting and the music's like boom boom pow, gotta get your boom boom pow, and I'm sitting there like and she's over there, and I'm not used to liking the same music as my mommy. She's like James Taylor and quiet moments, la la la, la 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 la, and ambiance music. Insert flute solo here. Okay, so I've been going to this thing just for a couple times, and I really enjoyed it today. I started to feel like I knew what I was doing because there was a new guy standing right in front of me, and you can always tell the new people because the class, you need a whole lot of weights and a lot of different mats and random things, and he didn't know what he was doing. So I just felt a little bit vindicated, and I'm a bad person, so I was like, I'm not the noob anymore. But as I was watching him, obviously he's like big, strong, manly guy, so he starts off with like not super heavy weights, but heavier than I was probably using 20 pounds. And he started off with about 30, and by the end, I was at 25. He was at about 10. That was satisfying. I can't remember my own day. This is how sad it's been. Okay, we're going out of order here, but the reason I can't remember my own day is because over the course of the day, I've had approximately 17 cups of sugar. Yeah, that's yeah, empathetic. I had a donut and a half at church. I had a Pama mango smoothie just now, and then my parents made apple crisp, and we bought vanilla bean ice cream because we had company coming over, and I was gonna have just a little bit of apple crisp because I'm trying to eat healthy and all that. So I'm like, Dad, can you cut me a little bit of apple crisp? And he's like, sure, Erica, you're a wonderful person. Except he didn't say that, but I made that part up in my head because it makes me happy inside. And so he hands me back this cereal bowl with this slab. I mean, size. Okay, cut. I can't find the camera. There you are. Cutting off this part, which is the part I need for piano, so it doesn't have anything to do with apple crisp anyway. The apple crisp was this big. It was like, and then he goes to put it into the bowl that I had put ice cream in, and it's just like chunk. I have a slab of apple crisp the size of Madagascar. So I sat down. The littler children were out on the screen porch, and the adults were inside, all the grown-up people, which was kind of depressing because I don't fit in either place. Because with the little kids, I have to be like, no, you can't have that knife. Please give it to me. And then I have to switch between that and my alter ego, which is Super Yoda, where I run around screaming and let kids beat me up. And they seem to love that, and I have many minions, as they call themselves now, so whatever. I guess it's worth my while. It's either that or sit with the adults and say, income tax, mortgage. Would you pass the spicy mustard, please? Thank you. There's a little alcove by the side of the kitchen dining room thing, and it's got like shelf about 3.5 feet off the ground, and then another one about 1.5 feet or 2 feet above that. So I sat on the ground in the corner underneath the phone shelf, and I backed in there, and I ate my apple crisp the size of Madagascar and ice cream. About halfway through, I realized Madagascar is winning. I can't do this. So I gave the apple crisp to my daddy, so he ultimately benefited from giving me apple crisp the size of a small country, but yeah. So then, other things I did tonight, I went and I helped my mom with a photo shoot because she's a photographer. We were really scared because the people seemed really formal. They were standing in the parking lot ahead of us, and they're all dressed in black, and they're like... But then they turned out to be really cool, and they climbed trees, and the grandma suggested that we take pictures on the playground, and she climbed up the ladder. How awesome is that? I want to be like that when I'm a grandma. They were cracking jokes about butts, and I mean, I was like, no pun intended. And then after that, we went over to a friend's house. My dad and his adult male cronies are preparing to go on a trek, see the wilds of Montana by horseback, except my dad doesn't really know what he's doing on top of a horse, so they're getting ready for that, all of them. He and my sister and the other guys, not that my sister's a guy, they went trail riding down the road, so rail riding? Trail road riding? You can tell when I've had sugar and when I haven't. I don't have a lot of sugar very often, so I'm very, very susceptible to that. As with caffeine, I don't drink pop. Like, meh, we don't have pop, and therefore I don't drink it. But if I have the opportunity to have pop, and I have it, and I have a lot of it, bad things happen. Planet-wide panic and mass chaos, mayhem, death, if I'm in a bad mood. But when I have sugar, I'm not really on a bad mood. No. So I'm kind of happy right now, which is why I'm doing a video. So if you're bored of me talking about myself, upload your own video and talk about you.